Happy Wednesday. So, we are going to talk about, because we hear it all the time, people will say, well, if you treat it like a business, it'll pay you like a business. Well, what does that mean? What does it mean to treat it like a business? Now, I also am going to give you permission to quit because entrepreneurship is not for everybody. So, and honestly, this might not be for you. Hey, Megan, it might be that going back to a 9 to 5 is a better option for you. And that's okay. There's no shame in that. And then I also, for those of y'all who are like, oh no, like this is 100% is for me. I do not want to go back to 9 to 5. Like I'm in it to win it. I want to show y'all some social media tips that are working today. So lots of things to talk about. I do want to address the elephant in the room real quick. I got a pile of Christmas presents over here in Amazon boxes. So just ignore. It looks like a giant mess, but really they're there because they're Christmas presents. My 8-year-old is in the other room and she is putting together her teacher bags for tonight. So we very well may try saying that 8 times fast. Be interrupted by mom. Is this how you fold this? And mom, is this the tag that I can use for this one? So guys, I'm a mom first. Y'all know that. That's why I created this company. Obviously, the Boss Mom Co. was created to help moms run businesses without taking time away from their babies. So I focus a lot and I teach a lot on managing your time and being able to kind of do the two worlds seamlessly. So right now, on my schedule is doing a business training live for you guys. On her schedule is putting her teacher bags together. So on paper, they should be totally separate and not overlap each other. But in reality, I have a third grader, so probably it is going to overlap and she's going to need to show me something or ask a question, and that is perfectly fine because she knows that she is not less important than my job. Yes, I've got to do my job. Yes, I've got to pay the bills, but at the same time, I do this job in order to spend time with her and give her all the time that's needed. So that is why I do what I do and I show up for you guys to show you how to have the exact same time freedom to where your kids know, yes, mom has to work, yes, mom's paying bills, but she never has to choose her job over us. So, hey, Patricia. So if y'all are watching live, go ahead and let me know what industry you're in. Are you in the social media space where you're building like a network marketing business? Are you doing something with like Etsy or Shopify where you have your own small business? What are you building so I can relate this directly to those of y'all who show up on the lives? So first off, I want to answer the question of treating it like a business. What does that mean? It means that you're all in. It means that you're all in, not just when it's fun. So if you're brand new, and I would say probably brand new is your first 3 to 6 months, maybe even your first year, depending on like what skills you came to the table with and how big your warm market is. So if you're brand new, it's usually pretty easy to stay motivated and treat it like a business because it's new and it's shiny and it's fun. You also typically have a warm market at that point, so you're getting consistent sales even though you don't have very good sales skills and usually you don't have very good marketing skills. Now, I'm speaking from experience. I have trained hundreds, if not thousands, of women in the online space. Usually you don't come in with really good sales skills or really good marketing skills. I'm also speaking from experience in the respect that I started in the social industry 8 years ago, and I did not have good sales skills and I did not have good marketing skills. So I'm not saying that to belittle anyone. I'm just saying reality says when you're new, you usually don't have great skills. So you usually rely on your warm market. And that warm market gets you a handful of sales, a little bit of money, and a little bit of a confidence boost. So it's pretty easy to stay motivated at that point. Now, it's also easy to stay motivated when you have been doing it for 8 years or 4 or 5 or fill in the blank, however long it takes you to be making decent money consistently because the money keeps you motivated. I can tell you, when we walked in to Walmart today and I didn't have to look at price tags and my daughter could just pick whatever she wanted to put in her teacher bags, that feels really good. And that is not something I grew up with. That's not something that we had early on in our marriage. That was something that came from being really diligent in the social marketing space. But it's easy to stay motivated on those 7, 8, 9, 10-hour work days when I can remember the fact that, because I'm doing this, I can walk into Walmart tomorrow, buy whatever I want for the Christmas party, and I don't even have to look at price tags. Let me tell you when it's not easy to treat it like a business. It's not easy to treat it like a business when you're in that middle space where the newness has worn off, it's not new and shiny anymore, and all your warm market has bought from you and no one's buying anything else. But you also don't have the skill set to make good income with it yet, because that's part of the process. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, it's not a shame thing. That's just, it comes later. So you're in the middle where you feel like you're working a lot, not making a lot of money. It is very hard to treat it like a business when you're in that middle space. And that's where majority of people drop off. Now, that middle space happens anywhere from 1 to 2 months into your journey to a year into your journey. It depends on how big your warm market is. For me, the middle space happened 6 weeks into my journey because I had no warm market and the newness wore off at that point. But I have friends that the newness didn't wear off, and because they had that warm market to sustain them, didn't wear off until 6 to 12 months later. So there's not like an actual time frame. It's when you feel that the newness is worn off and your warm market has been gone through, you now know you're in the middle space. That's when you have to make a conscious decision of, am I going to be all in and treat this like a business, or am I going to go ahead and quit? Now, if you're serious about your business, you have two options once you get into that middle space. You can rely on social media algorithm. You can learn all the tips and tricks, and you can constantly be relearning because unfortunately social media changes all the time. Or you can get serious about building a personal brand. Now, the smartest marketers do both. And you know what, y'all? I just realized I don't have my headphones plugged in. Hold on one sec. Which means all of this is going to have a little bit of a wonky sound. Hey, Robin. Okay, I'm connected now. I apologize. I do this a lot. Um, I don't know why, but my phone doesn't have great playback audio when I'm going live without headphones plugged in. So here on out, the audio will be much better, but the first part is going to be a little wonky. So going back to your two options, a lot of influencers out there will teach the social media tips and tricks. I'm not against those. The reason that I teach those is because I think it's important to learn social media as you go along as you're building your personal brand. Now, it is not smart to put all of your eggs in the algorithm basket. You don't own social media. We've been told that 100 times. You also are going to burn out if you're constantly having to learn a new skill and you're not able to ever put your business on autopilot. Now, I can tell you, for years, I lived in this space because I had an upline that was like, oh no, you don't ever need to buy a course. You never need to spend any money. And then in the same breath would be like, oh, you should buy my book. So I unfortunately talked myself out of getting a coach for a very long time. Um, Whole nother story for a whole nother live video. But having said all of that, you want to make sure you are building a personal brand. Now, again, I'm not against social media, and I'm actually going to teach you 5 tips that are working really, really well today. I want you to learn those and implement those in addition to working on a personal brand. I would not recommend learning these tips and relying on them to build your business. Because unfortunately, they might work really well today. What is today, Wednesday? And by next Wednesday, they're irrelevant. Drop me a 1 in the chat if you've ever learned a really cool social media tip or trick or whatever, and it doesn't work anymore. I can drop you 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. I can think of so many things we used to do on social media that worked really well, that if you did them now, would either not get you any results or get you negative results. So unfortunately, the algorithm does change every single day. Now, what doesn't change is consistently posting value-based posts so you can build an audience, which is going to build long-term income. Now, If you don't already have a solid brand, this is just a shameless plug. I would absolutely check out the Boss Mom Branding Bootcamp. This is Wednesday. Tomorrow, the vlog will be up for this. I have a really cool freebie for you guys, and all the links I talk about are going to be linked over there. The freebie is going to be linked. I've got some bonus videos for you to watch if you have questions on like what to post and how to post and that kind of stuff. So make sure you check that out tomorrow. You'll just come back to this video. It'll be linked up in the comment section on Thursday. Just kidding, comments are down there. It'll be linked in the comment section and probably up in the description on Thursday. So where you don't have to worry about taking notes on this or watching the replay, you can go over and everything will be typed out for you in an easy to read format, and you can just take what you need to take from there. So having said that, if you're serious about your business, I would consciously decide now, I'm not going to hop from trend to trend. I'm going to learn solid personal branding, but I am going to use social media basically as a tool to launch my brand. And that's exactly what I did and exactly what I do. So there's 5 things in social media that are working today. Now, if you're watching this 6 months down the road, chances are at least one of these aren't relevant anymore. So again, take what works now, put it into action, and then be open to constantly learning new things on social media. Okay, someone's texting me. I don't think it's going to mess up the audio. So the first thing is Reels. Reels, you need to post 2 to 3 per day consistently for weeks at a time to get a whole lot of leverage on this, but Reels are super hot right now. I actually want to shout out Alicia Piper. She may or may not be watching this. I don't know. But she has a Reel, and I should have looked at this right before I came on. I want to say it's like 250,000 views. It might be a lot more than that. I'm saying it might be 2 million, but I can't remember. I think it's 250,000. But I know that her TikTok has blown up more than once because she consistently posts 2 to 3 reels a day. And I'm always seeing her in my algorithm. So that tells you, because her and I don't have similar brands at all, her stuff is not going to pop up in my algorithm based on the stuff that I look at. And my stuff's not going to pop up in hers. But because she's so consistent with reels, her reels pop up in my page all the time. And most of them have nothing to do with anything that I would like go search out to watch. We just have very different brands, just like she wouldn't go search out homeschooling stuff to watch. But because she's so consistent, it's popping up in my page, which tells me it's also popping up in other people's pages that don't have anything to do with her brand and that don't already follow her because she's doing such a good job showing up with reels. Now, every time she pops up, I'm like, dang, I got to do more reels because I am super inconsistent with those. And so that just goes to show, just because someone's teaching you to do something that they're not doing, because for example, I'm not doing reels consistently. I do them, but not consistently. It doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means I'm kind of lazy on that front. And she has proved that it does work because multiple times I'll see a reel. I'm like, dang, she has like 30, freaking 40, 50, 100,000 views on that thing because she's consistently showing up. And she'll be the first to tell you she's not doing anything crazy in these reels. She's not, doing a bunch of fancy cuts. She's not changing outfits 4 times during the reel. You can go, I think her username is the Alicia Piper. You can go look at her reels and see they're very, very simple, but she's consistently showing him and doing them. So if you want to grow on social media right now, get in the reels game. 2 to 3 per day, be consistent with it. And she'll also tell you that they didn't pop off in the beginning, but because she was disciplined enough not to quit doing them, now they are popping off. Had she done them for a week or two and been like, I'm not getting much traction, I'm just going to quit, she would never get to the point where she's having them 500,000, 250,000, whatever views on these. So go watch her stuff. Go copy some of her stuff. Obviously, if it's original, ask her. But we all share. We're all creators in this page. You will see how simple it is to do reels. You don't have to be super fancy. When I do mine, I'm not super fancy. Now, sometimes it can be discouraging, I know, because you'll see big creators with millions of followers doing these really fancy, hard reels, and it makes you think like, man, I could never do that. But then if you look at someone like Alicia, who is popping off and making a lot of waves on social media, you'll be able to see, no, I don't have to go spend $50 and rent out some photo booth to do this. Like, I can do it in my living room and be just as consistent as these 1,000,000, 2,000,000, 3,000,000 follower creators. The second thing that's working right now are value posts. Now, gone are the days where you can just post a random quote on social media every single day and that be your brand for most of us. Now, I'm saying most because guess what Alicia's brand is? The positivity, not the boss babe space. I don't think that she would call herself the boss babe space, but the positivity quote thing. It's working for her. So that also goes to show that you may be the exception. But if you want that to be your niche, you got to be consistent like she is. You can't just pop off every once in a while something positive and then be complaining about whatever all the other times. So if you go to her page, it is consistent positivity. I hope you feel good today. I hope if you see this, something good happens to you. Like, again, just go look at her stuff. I can't even teach this. It is just, you got to see how she's doing it. And she's very consistent with it. Now, for the majority of us, I would say that that is not going to be our niche. You're going to need to either entertain or educate. Now, entertaining is an easy one, in my opinion, if you have that personality. I unfortunately don't. I'm not super funny. I wish that I was. But I do like to teach, so I feel like it's a win-win for me. I like the education side. But there are a lot of really cool creators that do like real funny stuff out there. But you want to post 2 to 3 per day. No, just kidding. I'm reading the wrong line. 1 to 2 per day. You don't want to post less than 1. You want to post at least once a day. But you don't really want to post more than 2. Now, this is where social media changes. When I first started 8 years ago, we were taught to post once an hour on the hour. Live videos were not a thing yet, and stories were not a thing yet. So everything was done in your main feed. If I posted once an hour on the hour right now, no one would ever see my stuff because Facebook's like, flag your spam. If I posted, excuse me, hey Clarissa, if I posted, join my team for $99, yeah, no one, it'd be crickets. My page would have nothing on it. Now, in the blog, I have a thread, or I have a video rather, a bonus video on what to post on social media and how to keep your content fresh. So you want to go over and watch that video. It breaks down exactly what and how to post on social media. Now, some of the things you don't want to post. Spammy before and after pictures with your logo plastered all over them. Here's the rule of thumb. If you cannot post a before and after picture without your company's name plastered on it, don't post it. Now, I know there's going to be hundreds of reasons that they give you of why you have to have their name on it. Here's a main reason you have to have your name on it. Because you're giving them free advertisement. You're not getting paid to put that post up. Listen, I have companies that pay me consistent money to post for them and to post for their brand and say, hey, I got this from this brand. If your company is not paying you for that specific post, do not put their name on it. You are building your business and your brand, not whatever network marketing company that you joined. Now, if you want to be a free mouthpiece for them, go ahead. But that is not why you're on social media. That is not why you bought a starter kit. That is not why you are building a business. You're building a business to funnel people to follow you, not some random company that has millions of followers already. Now, if you're like me and you have the Boss Mom company or something that you founded, that's different because you are on social media to grow that brand. It's yours. You own it. So learn to differentiate between the two and make sure that you're not giving somebody free advertisement that isn't paying you for the realtor space. Realty space? I don't know. Your Facebook is prime. I think it's realty, right? I don't know why I'm having such a hard time putting that together. But people pay for ad space on Facebook. Why are you giving it away for free? If you're a business and if you're serious about your business, you would not be posting for anybody without them paying you. Plain simple, that's it. Now, anyways, I have another thought on that, but I won't go into it. The join your company posts, the buy my products posts, all of that, the word vomit. get it off your social media. Now, there is a time and a place to put call to actions out. Those are whole different things. I also have a video on the blog that is dedicated to 4 ways to market any product, and it gives you tons of call to actions. I'm not saying you never put a sales post up. I'm saying there's a right and a wrong way to do it if you don't want to run off your audience. Now, another thing that's working is hashtags. I have a love-hate relationship with hashtags because they are changing so often. Now, here's another reason that I tell y'all, don't put your trust in the algorithm. Once upon a time, hashtags would blow you out of the water, and there were rules on them. You had to post them in the comments, not in your caption. You needed to post 23 to 25, no less, no more. Now the rules are a little bit more lenient, a lot more lenient actually, but you still have to use them correctly. But I'm just sharing this because I'm sharing how often they change. So with hashtags, you want to use hashtags that are both relevant to your niche and to your post. So for example, I'm a homeschool brand. Most of my posts have the homeschool hashtags on them. However, if I post a picture of my new Boss Mom planner, because I have a homeschool planner and a business planner line. So if I post a picture of the new business planner out for that month, I'm not going to use the hashtag homeschool because it has nothing to do with homeschooling. I'm going to use a bunch of hashtags relevant to that post. Does that make sense? If you use, for example, if I use a bunch of homeschool posts on that, and then it gets thrown into the algorithm for homeschooling, and people report that as this has nothing to do with homeschooling. Or worse, they report it as spam. Then Facebook and Instagram stop showing my stuff to people when I start misusing the hashtags. Now, another great way to use hashtags is up in your stories. Stories get a lot of views when you're using hashtags. Here's the 8-year-old. What's up, kiddo?
Where's like the boxes and the tissue paper?
Just leave them stacked for now. Do you have bows and name tags on your boxes?
Yep.
And the name tags for the teacher assistants just say from Glory, right? Awesome. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Okay. You can go get your ugly sweater on and finish cleaning. She has an ugly sweater contest, or no, ugly sweater Christmas party thing tonight.
It's
so
not a party. It's literally just
not a party. It's a class.
People are choosing who has the best ugly sweater.
Okay, so it's a contest, I guess. I don't know. It's supposed to be fun. So using hashtags in your stories. Now, here's another real life example. I'm going to post a picture of my kid in her ugly sweater tonight because it's going to be super cute. I am not going to hashtag it like if I post it, because I have a business page and a homeschool page. So when I post it on my business page, I'm not going to hashtag it as a network marketing coach because my kid in an ugly sweater has nothing to do with network marketing. So it's going to get people just to report it as spam or as misusing the hashtag. Yes, it's relevant because I'm showing moms how to build businesses without sacrificing time with their kids, but it's not relevant in like just the straight of, oh, this is not a network marketing post. So pick and choose, but I probably will post some fun, like ugly Christmas sweater hashtags or whatever. Which brings me to my next point about hashtags is you can find them on Google very, very easily. Go to Google. I'm going to go to Google and I'm just going to search top hashtags for ugly Christmas sweaters. And that's what I'm going to use to funnel people to that specific post. Now, as far as in my stories, you want to either make the hashtags the same color as your background. You want to hide them, basically. You don't want a pretty cool story post with a whole bunch of hashtags all over it. So make it the same color and then make it really, really small. I don't know why I'm coughing so much. It's really, really weird. My throat's not even dry. But anyways, ugly sweater. So make them really small. Or you can do all the hashtags and you can make them small and then drag them to the side to where you don't even see them. They're like off the border. There's lots of ways, play around with it. You just want to make sure that in the stories, you don't have like giant hashtags taking up all of your space. Now, y'all, hoping I get through this. My throat is like, when it tickles in the back and it makes you cough, that's what it is right now. No rhyme or reason. It's just being weird. Um, Another really cool, and this is actually tip number 5, another really cool social media tip is birthday messages. Now, listen, because every one of y'all, you heard birthday messages and you cringed because these are the ones you're getting. You're getting ones that say, hey, babe, I saw it was your birthday, so I wanted to send you a 40% discount code to use for anything on my site. Enjoy your day. Or, hey, girl, I got a present for you since it's your birthday. Here's a $10 gift card you can use on my website. Have an awesome day. I've gotten both of these this year. My birthday is in September, so it's just a couple months ago. And so what I did is I went into my messenger and I searched birthday, and a lot of these came out. So you don't want to send a spammy birthday message where you're just fishing for a sale. It's super ingenuine. You're going to get people that just automatically unfriend you. And by the way, I'm talking about on Facebook. I have not figured out how to do birthday messages on Instagram yet. This is a Facebook thing. What I'm teaching you is to simply start a conversation around people's birthdays. Most of us, especially if you're building a business, you may not have this now, but you're going to get to where you have 10, 15, 20, 50, 100,000 followers across your platforms. You don't talk to those people every day. It's impossible to have conversations with that many people on a daily basis. So sending a birthday message is just a way to spark that conversation. Now, literally, I just say, hey, happy birthday, or hey, Megan, happy birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Patricia. Make it your own, but you're just saying happy birthday. You are not hitting them with a sales pitch, ever. I go from start to finish in this birthday message, I never hit them with a sales pitch. When they come back and say thanks so much, which I have tracked this, 80% of them, if not more, 80% of them on a regular basis do. Now, if you aren't getting people to say happy birthday back, it's a telltale sign that your page is spammy. That's it. So make sure you're saying happy birthday. Make sure you're getting good responses back. When they say thank you, then I'm going to say, you're welcome. Did you do anything fun today? Now, I don't just leave it at that, because that kind of seems a little a little suspicious. Why are you asking me that? I say, did you do anything fun today? I know as adults, we do not make it near as big of a deal as we do when we were kids. It always gets people laughing. They'll tell me what they did, and you just have a little conversation back and forth. I had a lady yesterday told me she went to Dave & Buster's for her birthday. Guess where's one of our favorite places to go? Dave & Buster's. So as soon as she replied that, I opened up the voice note and I was like, oh my gosh, we love going to Dave & Buster's. What's your favorite game to play there? Or was this your first time going? You just have a conversation, 2 to 3 sentences, and then you end it. That's it. Now, you're probably thinking, Tanya, why do you send happy birthday messages and have conversations with people if you never hit them with a sales pitch? Isn't that a waste of time? No. Here's why it's not a waste of time. Actually, there's 3 reasons it's not a waste of time. First one, it shows Facebook that you're friends. So it automatically bumps that algorithm. So now Facebook's like, oh, they just had a conversation. I'm going to show her stuff to her. So I'm going to show, if I say, hey, happy birthday to Patricia, we have a little conversation. I'm going to show my stuff to Patricia in the algorithm, in her news feed. So she's going to see Tanya's posts since clearly they're friends. And vice versa. I would also see more of Patricia's posts. So that means the next time I post about my business or my product, guess who's going to see it without me having to send it to them? And guys, I get sales off of this all the time. Second reason, it piques their curiosity. So you're going to have 2 options with this. Now, sometimes you are going to message someone happy birthday that you talk to on a regular basis. And that's fine. You should be sending them a card or doing something anyways, like your friends in real life on an everyday basis. The other 2 times, though, you're going to send someone happy birthday that you are friends in real life, but you haven't talked to in months or sometimes years, because life happens. So it piques their curiosity to go to your page and be like, what's Tanya been up to? I haven't talked to her in a long time. They see your posts, business posts, product posts, whatever. And if you're not spammy, It'll cause them to go down the rabbit hole because they're like, ooh, she looks really like she's having a lot of fun. Look, what is this green stuff she's drinking? Oh man, her hair is looking awesome. What is she doing? It's gonna cause them to go down the rabbit hole. Now, if you're spammy in your face and you're like, ooh, buy my Monat product, they go to one or two posts and they're like, I don't really need to go see what she's doing. She's clearly trying to sell somebody Monat. And that's with any product. Not hating on Monat. I'm just saying I see a lot of Monat in my newsfeed. I saw a lot of it today, so it reminded me of that. The second way is maybe you got connected through a Facebook group because I teach y'all how to use Facebook groups to grow your social media. So maybe they're like, oh, that's so nice. Who is this chick? Same thing. They're going to go to your page, get lost in the rabbit hole and be like, oh, like she's really making money on social media. Like I'm going to reach out and see what she's doing. They're not going to do that if you're like, ooh, buy my It Works green juice. And you can sell it too for only $149 to get started. Automatically, they're like, oh, no, don't want to do that. Scroll, go to the next person. Be smart with your personal brand on social media, and birthday messages will bring you in a lot of money. Now, the third thing is, again, your page should be set up to where you have an email list. So as they're looking through your stuff and seeing like all the cool value-based content that you're posting, there should be somewhere for them to get on an email list to get your blog or get your freebie list or get a free weekly freebie. I would word it differently than that, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Get your discount codes or whatever it is that you offer to your customers on a consistent basis. So birthday messages 100% lead to sales if you are doing them correctly. What's up, kiddo? Huh? I'll help you when I'm done. For now, just chill in your shorts.
Yeah.
She needs help getting her jean skirt to go up and fit right. She always puts it on sideways for some reason. So decide what tasks you're going to do and don't get overloaded, guys. I gave you a whole bunch of tips. If you have some things you're doing that are already working, keep doing those and maybe add one of the things that I just talked about. And then when you get really good at that, add another thing. So it's not something you have to like an all or nothing, you have to add all of these. But on the blog, I do have a task list tracker for you guys. You can download it totally for free. Keep track of the tasks. It's holiday themed because I love the holidays. So very perfect to use for this time of year. We have 2 weeks left in the year pretty much, guys. Like you can either use them to set yourself up for a really good beginning of the year and like blow your business out of the water, or you can waste them and be at the same place in January as you were now. So what I would do though is make sure whatever business tasks you're doing, I'd probably pick 5 or 6, not more than that. Whatever business tasks that you're doing, I would make sure that you are doing them consistently for 2, 3, 4 weeks before you reevaluate and decide, is it working or is it not, and like add and subtract from it. So I want to leave you with this because the whole point of this is, are you going to take your business and treat it serious and treat it like a business? Or is it time to step back and say, you know what, entrepreneurship, it's not for me. I don't want to keep doing it. I want to go and get a regular 9-to-5 job that I can get a guaranteed paycheck and not have to show up day in and day out with the possibility of getting a bigger paycheck down the road. And that is network marketing or a regular small business, either one. I've done both. They both bring in really good money eventually, but they do not bring in really good money right away usually. So you get 2 commodities in life. You get time and you get money. Everything is going to eat up your time or your money. Nothing in life is free, meaning it's going to eat up one of those 2 resources. Now, this is where in your business, hey Christina, hey Carmonique, thank you all for hopping on. In your business, you want to make sure, and my sister-in-law is texting me, so it's popping up and it's, I have ADD, so I get or ADHD. I don't know, I get sidetracked really easily with that. So you want to make sure that your business tasks are eating up a commodity that's giving you a good return on investment or ROI. So, for example, whatever you're doing, Is it bringing in money right now, or is it bringing in long-term money? Now, your goal should be long-term money. I get you need money right now, so I'm not saying you can't do both, but you have to be doing the long-term money or you're going to burn out because you're never going to set yourself up for success by only getting that short-term paycheck. So I'm going to give you two different examples. One is messaging. A lot of network marketers are taught to message. They carry that over into their small business. Now, there's a message. There is a way to message that brings long-term growth, and there's a way to message that it just gets short-term results. There's also a way to message that is very spammy that doesn't really bring in any results. We're not talking about that because we have already talked about value a lot. So I'm not really going to go into like the spam bot messages. But if you're messaging and you're asking people to buy your product or to join your business or to post for you, you're messaging for a quick buck, meaning it does not create long-term success in your business. You have to keep doing it over and over and over again. You're always starting from ground zero. I don't know why I put two fingers up, ground zero. If you're messaging for people to join your email list, you're setting yourself up for long-term success. Here's why. Sure, when you're messaging for long-term, you're still going to get quick cash. I message people about my free training group as well as my free business freebies. Every single day, I get at least one sale from those messages because they go download my freebies and I have a funnel in place just like I teach you guys how to do. If you haven't figured out how to do a funnel yet, I would do it. If you don't know where to go on this page, reach out to me and I'll show you. Get a funnel in place. Every day I get sales from my free leads or my freebies that turn into leads, and I take them down my little sales funnel all automatically, and I get sales that way. But I also get sales long-term from these messages because they're on my email list. So they may not buy anything today, but next week when I have a promotion come up and I just spend 15 minutes and email everyone on my list, sale, 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 sale from work I did 2 weeks ago. So if you have an email list and your company comes out with a new product, you're getting a much greater return on investment by sending one email, spending 15 minutes making it look professional to your email list, than you are by spending 3, 4, 5, 6 hours on social media messaging people one at a time. Which one would you rather spend? 15 minutes or 6 hours? And probably you're getting more money in that 15 minutes because they're people that are already invested into your product and your business, and you have been cultivating that lead since they got on your email list. So be smart. When you get a new affiliate program opportunity, you can send an email to your email list that you have been giving value to, and now all of a sudden you just made $300, $400, $500 off this affiliate program. I just did this last week. No, 2 weeks ago. I had a homeschool affiliate program come up. I sent an email to all of my email list. I made $562 in 30 minutes. I wouldn't have made that messaging one by one on social media. So again, just work smarter, not harder, guys. Get an email list set up. Now, here's example number 2. Maybe you're like, Tanya, I'm brand new. I can't even wrap my head around an email list right now. I just need to learn how to get a solid brand on social media so I can get this company to take off, whether you're with network marketing or you're having your own small business. Again, we all start from ground zero, guys. I didn't have an email list even a year ago. People had told me to get one, and I didn't want to spend the money to like figure it out, so I didn't do it. Branding was the same way. I didn't learn really hardcore branding until I've been in this for 8 years, 4 to 5 years into my business. And I was making really good money already, but I was starting over every single month, and I just felt like I was really starting to burn out. So what I did is I had an upline that kept telling me, oh no, don't pay for branding, don't pay for a coach, don't pay for training. And I listened to her for almost a year. And then eventually I was like, you know what? No one else is teaching me this. I had learned attraction marketing, talking about your pillars, talking about I think they called it like the 5 F's or 4 F's or something. None of that was making me a lot of money. I was not getting a lot of people to my social media. Hey, Oh, Damaris. I'm so sorry. I'm probably butchering your name. It's really pretty. It reminds me of I can't even think of the name now, but a really cool blonde chick on a TV show I watched, but Denarian or something like that. But if you want to drop in the comments how to pronounce your name, I'll do it better next time. But anyways, so you can spend hours on YouTube, and I did this for a year, trying to figure out how to create a brand. Hours. Get all the free videos, all the free downloads you can get. And you're going to have a decent brand in 3, 6 to 9 months. It's not going to be great because you're going to have a lot of trial and error. You're not going to have someone on the outside that's already done it looking in and saying, oh, I would tweak this, this, and this. And like your brand would blow up. But it wouldn't cost you any money. It'd cost you a lot of time, but no money. On the flip side, you could enroll in the Boss Mom Branding Bootcamp, have a strong brand in 3 to 6 days, and in 3 to 6 months, you could be making 6 figures plus because you're not worried about making a brand out of all the free tools. You spend a little bit of money to save a whole lot of time, and in the long term, make a lot more money. So this is where you really have to show your true colors. Are you serious enough about your business to treat it like a business and be all in when it's not free anymore? When you have to put your money where your mouth is and actually pay to learn some skills to get ahead of everybody else that's trying to do your same business? Or is it something where you're like, you know what, I'm not that serious about it. Entrepreneurship isn't for me. I probably should just go get a 9 to 5. And that is the talk I had to have with myself multiple times. Multiple times when it was time to put my money where my mouth was, hire a coach, get some training that wasn't free from someone who had been there and done that. I had to remind myself, okay, Tanya, are you going to treat this like a business? Are you serious about making money from home, like real money, not, $2,000 to $3,000 a month? Like, are you serious about actually making a full-time income? Or should you just go get a regular job and do the easy way? Because it is easier. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. Being an entrepreneur is not easy. So if you came into this thinking it's easier to go get a job. But in my opinion, it's more fun and it has a lot more freedom to do the entrepreneurship route. So again, this is the pep talk I've given myself more than one time. Usually I don't show up. I'm not as like tough love on these things. But for this one, I felt like I needed to be. There's a lot of people that I've talked to just in the last couple of months that are doubting if they want to continue their business going into 2023. And every single one of them, I've told the same thing. You're not seeing results because all you want to do is get the free training from everyone and their mom, who you have no idea what their background is. You have no idea if they actually know what they're talking about. It's free. They don't have to prove anything. Instead, you probably just need to put your money where your mouth is. Go hire a coach or go put some money into some course. Learn it for the last time, like actually sit and learn it so you can put it behind you and make 2023 your best month in business. So I hope that this helped. Like I said, on the vlog, there's lots of freebies. There's extra videos you can watch. Make sure you get that. It'll be up sometime tonight or tomorrow, probably leaning towards tomorrow. And until then, this is Tanya. I'm reporting to you live from the social marketing trenches. I am right there with you, and I'm going to sign off because I am heading to a ugly sweater Christmas thing for my kids. So see y'all later. Have an awesome rest of your Wednesday.